My name is Mike Swartzer. I'm the National Sales Manager with ITW Polymer Sealants North America Roofing. We are bringing you an in-depth product knowledge today on the ERSystems brand and the Permethane brand. So we'll have a little bit of information here for you, some good sales tools and technique. Thanks again for taking the time to meet with us, and we'll get going here with the presentation. All right. Again, as our businesses have all changed, this is a quote that kind of fits what we're doing today in the roofing industry for sure. When one door of opportunity closes, another one opens. But we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened. National Roofing. Kind of fitting in the industries that we're in right now. There's different ways to reformat business to make more money. We're here to help you with that aspect of it. Our agenda for today, the things we're going to cover, we want to go over the ERSystems brand with you, show you why ERSystems, what we can do for you, the support system that we have in place, the products that we're here to help you guys make money, go over our roof repair products, some of the systems and products in kind of a brief outline so that you can have good system knowledge of what we're doing. All right. Why ERSystems? Again, ERSystems is a national leader in cool roof coating restoration systems. Restored over 150 million square feet in 2012. We're also members and some of the founding members of organizations like the RRCI, which is the Reflective Roof Coating Institute. And we work with all of the commissions that regulate what we do. Energy Star, the CEC, CRRC, XL Energy, Florida Power and Light, and then Title 24 and a bunch of the different organizations like that that regulate what coatings do in our industry. All right, our products, innovation, and philosophy are really the reasons why ERSystems is the national leader in all that we do. We excel in research of products, the R&D aspect of what we do, the knowledge and experience with ITW owning this group and putting the resources behind research and development, the philosophy of business. We really accelerate into that industry. Our knowledge and experience, our sales staff are also our technical support staff. So when you get any of our staff out in the field with you, this is the group that have been on roofs for multiple years. Some of the guys were contractors themselves, so they've done the applications, they've done the ERSystems product line, and so now they're coming out and they're going to help you, show you how to make money and put a professional roof on your building. Our manufacturing ability, as a part of the ITW Polymer Sealants North America group, we have 9 manufacturing facilities throughout the country to manufacture these products close to where you're at. So it helps us to, number one, be able to batch large jobs and large orders in a short period of time, and also to get them close to you so transit times are cut. Our goal in business is to make roofs last longer, and then our professional distribution network, which many of them are on this call as well today, or this webinar today. They're really the keys to us having product in stock and available for you, the contractor, right on site. So you'd be able to walk into your professional roofing distributor, pick up all of these product lines that we're talking about, and then have them also trained by us so that they can be knowledgeable in what they do. Again, one of the main reasons, if somebody's to ask, hey, what product, what service sets you different than every other roof coating out there? And as you guys know, there are 4,000 companies making different products out there. So I get the one question every time I go somewhere, in a quick elevator speech, what separates ERSystems from all other competition? This is the product. HER is a fabricless seam sealer. So as a part of our restoration systems, this is a product that can go over all your seams, fasteners, penetrations, no fabric. In our industry, the labor savings alone of that is very, very huge. So looking at a product like HER on the labor side of it, just for systems, that's a very, very big step. So if you're doing metal roof restoration, you would put this product over all your seams, fasteners, penetrations. Again, no fabric. All of the competition in this aspect for seam sealing would put a fluid applied product. They would embed fabric over that, and then they would put more fluid applied product, and then they start their process. This is a brush grade or trowel grade product that you would put over the seams, fasteners, penetrations, no fabric. As a repair product, it also sticks to a multitude of different substrates. So it sticks to wood, metal, concrete, TPOs, PVCs, Hypalon, EPDM rubber. So as a repair product, this is also that universal product. As you go out and talk with contractors throughout the country, everybody's looking for something that they can store in their truck to be able to take care of a multitude of different systems. This is that product. You'll be able to lean the ladder against the side of the building, climb up the top of the ladder. Anything you find for repair when you get to the top of the building, you'd be able to fix with this product. All right. So looking at it again, it's a moisture cure polyurethane flashing grade. So it's about the consistency of peanut butter. Those of us moving into some hot temperatures in the summer, it gets a little bit more viscous. You can work it a little bit better this time of year, especially you guys down in the south, and those of you on from Puerto Rico. This time of year, this flows pretty freely. It's a pretty easy brush grade product. Wintertime, Minnesota, it's a little bit thicker product, but definitely still trowelable and brushable. Has real high elongation, so 500% elongation, and it's 80% solids, meaning what you put down is what's going to stay on the roof. Key again, no fabric required. So as you're doing seams, fasteners, penetrations on a restoration project, you don't have that fabric needed, and then also as a repair, it's UV stable and fabricless. So you're going out to make a repair. Not only do you skip the 3-step process with 1 step of application, but you also don't have to come back out a year later and recoat it with a UV inhibitor. So that helps you out long term as well. Common place of application, if you're looking at metal seams, this would be screw heads and that seam. You'd brush on this product, and then as it cures out with heat and moisture, you would either restore the roof with a coating system, or the waterproofing aspect of it is done through the repair. Another metal application, cutting out old metal, putting in a new panel, or replacing a skylight. You can seam up, as you're seeing on the picture there, you can seam all the way around all of those different seams, screw heads, and take care of all of that application. This is another skylight repair, looking at all of the seams all the way around that skylight and restoring that roof. That's 7,000 square foot skylight repair. So that's a very, very large application. Again, seams and fasteners. This is again for metal restoration. If you're going out doing all your seams, fasteners, penetrations, then you would coat that roofing system. Some keys to application, here's somebody doing a little bit, instead of carrying a 5-gallon pail around, putting that HER 5-gallon pail on a dolly, running it up and down the seams, so a labor step. Another application, guys with a 2-wheel dolly running it up and down that seam. I'm going to show you a short video of HER application. This is actually on a roof in Texas, so those of you guys in the south understanding the heat, this is a restoration system, so they're actually doing the HER steps of the metal restoration first. They've cleaned the roof, they've prepared it for restoration, and you've got guys out there doing the restoration. Again, Dallas, Texas area in the middle of the summer, so it's very hot, so you can actually see the pourability of that HER. Most of the time of the year, it's not quite that flowable, but it definitely flows out of the pail. So these guys are just laying on the beads of HER, and another guy's going to come behind him and brush that in. Fancy tool, broomstick handle with a 2-inch or 3-inch chip brush on the bottom side of it, just brushing it into place. Again, that cart we showed a second ago, instead of killing your back like this young gentleman's doing, work smarter, not harder. So those of you guys out there running roofing crews, a 2-wheel dolly or that cart that you saw there is a great application. This product can also be pumped or extruded. It doesn't spray. It's a little bit too thick, but you can take the tip off of your pump. And guys that get into metal restoration like this, many of them actually have application where they take and set up a pump just for HER. So they'll extrude it out, on those seams, come behind and brush it in, and that just is going to increase their efficiency in how they perform on a roof. So again, quick application. You're seeing a couple guys following behind the one guy pouring out HER, usually 2 to 3 guys behind it. So if you had a 4-man crew, you could knock down this roof in very, very short order. You're seeing these guys brushing in that HER on the roof seam just to make sure that they get good uniform coverage over that seam after pouring it out. As you also see, there's screw heads that you can take care of at that time. One other trick for screw heads, doing this type of an application, pouring out on the seams is always a good idea. You can leave a little bit of extra material and just take your broom handle and give it a turn over the top of your screw heads. Or some guys will take a bulk sausage gun, and then the HER also comes in a sausage, 1-gallon can, and the 5-gallon pail that you see in that picture. So they'll take the bulk sausage with a sausage gun and have a guy walk over those screw heads and just dollop right on the top. If you're looking at the screw head, put a dollop right on the top of it. Some guys will cut the tip a little bit wide so they can actually press down over that screw head and kind of turn it to make sure they get good coverage. But that gives you the ability to walk over those screw heads, kind of leaving a Hershey's kiss over the top of all of the screw heads. Depending upon what your roofing circumstance is, that's definitely a way that you can take care of it as well. So HER, again, this is the flagship product for ITW's roofing division. This is the one product, if you're looking at the ERSystems brand, this is a product that separates us from all of the other competition that we're dealing with out there in the marketplace. All right, ITW Polymers and Sealants Permethane brand. This is a polyurethane caulk as well. This will be available again through any of your roofing distribution. You can ask for it by name. The Permethane brand is a very well-known brand within our industry. It does have real good properties to it, as we'll kind of look over here. Accommodates 50% joint movement. Very, very easy to tool and gun. So if you're putting it in place, it actually hangs very well, stays in place. One of the key features of this also, if you take a cross cut of this and compare it to almost anything in the industry, very, very little air pockets. So it's a very tight wound product, and it actually has really good performance characteristics. Here's something that also I hear from contractors everywhere I go in the country. I need a product that I can go out and do an evening repair in the rain. This product actually adheres extremely well to wet, non-porous substrates. So if you're out there doing, again, those EPDM repairs, emergency repairs in the evening, if you've got the Permethane SM7108 in your repair line, you'll be able to service and take care of any of those leaks as well. It also sticks to all of your Kynar and different panels like that, metal panels, without a primer. So primerless adhesion to Kynar-based metal panels. That's a very, very unique feature as well in this industry. So again, if you have any questions on this product, get with us. We would love to get out and handle any of those questions and get our distributors, if they don't have this in stock right now, ask for it by name. This will be a product that they can get through any of our roofing distribution sales guys, and we'll be able to take care of you on that product as well. Quicket self-leveling repair. This is the liquid Cricket. It is a 2-part pourable sealer. If you think of pourable sealers that are out there in the market, it will do all of the things that those pourable sealers do, and then some additional things as well. It is a product that we use to form and to shape different areas on a roof, so actually using it as a Cricket, pouring it in place if you've got a metal panel, any of those different areas where you're trying to restore positive water flow, filling in low-lying areas on a roof, getting rid of those bird baths prior to roof restoration. We have that capability as well. Sticks to a multitude of roofing substrates as well, so we use it on metal restoration. We use it with asphalt restoration. Also sticks to a multitude of different single plies. So again, filling in low spots, restoring positive flow on a roof. Little tidbits on the product. It's polyurethane sealant. It is a 2-part, so it does self-seal as well. So if you're pouring it into some of those areas, it will seal up those areas as well as restoring positive water flow. Great for making a water diverter on metal roofs. We'll show you a few of those pictures, and then we have a video coming up here as well. Will it fill in pitch pockets, pitch pans, all of those sort of things? Absolutely. That's one of the things it does. But this was really the design for restoration. One of the key target areas on a metal roof that always seems to be a problem. You design a metal roof, somebody comes out and puts HVAC units on, vents, curbs, stacks on your roof, and now they collect water in that panel. You know, you've seen all kinds of different ideas where people will cut those off, they'll shave them, they'll be, you know, redoing all kinds of different things. They'll put an EPDM diverter on there, pour in a whole bunch of blackjack or something like that in those areas that you have to keep going out and restoring year after year after year. And also when you go to restore that roof in a restoration system, all of that stuff needs to come off. This is a part of our restoration systems. So you go out there, put this product in place, divert the water away, and it's as simple as pouring it into a place and letting it self-level. You can also let it thicken a little bit and shape it as well. So you can trowel it and shape it to divert water in different directions or to fill in those interior box gutters. Same thing, level them out. You can build it up to reflow back to the downspouts. It'll do all of those different things for you as well. Again, showing it filling in those pitch pans, pouring it into place, letting it self-level and seal all of those areas. Creating a water diverter. This guy's actually just brushing it in and making sure that we get good positive water flow after it's thickened. And that's the end product. So it replaced all of that that damaged metal, the rusty holes the water was leaking in that pitch there, able to pour it in place and divert the water out to the gutters. I'm going to show you a quick video. This is actually on a TPO roof where the collars were up a little bit too high on the drain. Also, the scuppers were a little bit too high, so we have some water ponding on this roof. And this was the same on all of the different you know, systems all throughout the roof area there. So had to restore this, create positive water flow back into the drains. Key to this product and to any restoration product is going through and making sure that the preparation is good at the beginning. So clean the roof area, make sure that you're going to get good adhesion by cleaning up all of the dirt and debris, figuring out how much material you're going to need in that area, you know, for this application, determining how much area is going to fill with the quicket, and then what we're going to need to slope it back to the drain. Mixing this material is kind of the key to it as well. There's different components of it. We just poured in an activator. At the bottom of the can, there's also a anti-foaming agent that allows us to be able to pour quicket in a deeper path so that you'll have a one-pour application. So you want to make sure that you do a really good job mixing up that material. That anti-foaming agent is going to keep you from having all the air pockets throughout the material. This type of application, if you're doing a pour, you want to pour out as soon as you mix the material so that it'll self-level into those areas. If you're going to shape it, you may want to allow a little bit of time in the pail so that you can you know, get right to it and pour out, shape what you want. You have about a 70-minute window depending upon weather temperature, so you've got enough time to mix the material, to go over and have a break, and then to come back and actually perform the application. Again, all of the material has been poured into place, resloping everything right now back to the drain so that we created that positive water flow. You guys saw the pond at the beginning, and now we'll kind of show you the before and after, holding a lot of water in that ponded area, not going back to the drain, and then lifting everything back up and creating positive water flow. And you see the rain on that day, everything's flowing back into the drain. So that's Quicket, and this is truly another one of those unique products, works within our restoration systems. You can use it alone to create positive water flow, and everybody always asks for those products. Hey, I've got, you know, water I need to divert out of this area, I've got a small ponding area. This is that product that's going to get rid of those ponding areas on a roof. So help you to get rid of the small bird baths, the larger areas. You can reshape box gutters is another very, very big application for this. Everybody seems to have the box gutter that's had weighted down in the center, and now it's holding water in those areas, causing problems. This is a way to shape and move that water back to your downspouts. All right, we're going to go over product review of the system products, and then we'll kind of go into some of the application steps. Again, we're going to go through primers for metal, single-ply, and asphaltic-based products, our coating systems, our acrylic systems, our urethane systems, and then the MS one-step product, which is a newer product for some of you guys. So we'll kind of talk over that a little bit and the benefits and features of that, and then the system selling for metal, single-ply, and asphalt. So we're going to go over primers, what goes with what coatings go with what, and then the system steps to apply these products. If you have rusty metal, we have two avenues of approach for metal systems. We have a acrylic-based, so a water-based acrylic, and then a solvent-based polyurethane. So if you're taking the acrylic approach, we have a primer set for the acrylic. We have a primer for the urethane. On the acrylic side, AirGuard 2000, which is a acrylic water-based primer. You would put on at 1/3 of a gallon a square, and we'll kind of get into that application. But that would be your application if you're going on the water-based system. If you're going with the solvent-based polyurethane route, primer surfacer would be your product, and that goes down in that same gallons per square, the same application rate. Some of you guys may be saying, when would I use a urethane versus an acrylic? That's really going to be determined by the building itself, what its design is. So benefits and features we'll kind of go over here in a second of where a polyurethane fits, where an acrylic fits. But if you have really good positive water flow on a metal panel roof, for instance, and the building is not extruding animal fats or chemicals or any of those harsh environment situations, and acrylic is going to perform really well for you. That's going to be one of your lowest cost options on a metal panel roof that doesn't have those type of applications. If you're in a facility that produces some chemicals and you have some deteriorating of panel because of that, maybe some of that stuff is landing on the roof, or it's a building that produces animal fats, or might be a restaurant of some sort that has a lot of animal fats coming out the top of the building, urethanes are going to perform a little bit better. They're a little bit hardier to the chemical resistance and those sort of things, so that might be your application there. Asphaltic-based primers on the acrylic system. We do have a asphaltic-based primer that helps keep the oils in the sheet. So that product is called ERSystems. Again, we'll kind of talk about that when we get into the systems. But if you are using the acrylic product on an asphalt system, this product is going to help keep the oils in the sheet on the asphalt. Kind of a funny picture if you're looking at the guy right there. He is kind of geared himself into a box there. I'm not sure how he plans on getting off that roof, but he's kind of tucked back in that point, and he'll be there till everything cures out and he can walk off the roof. Primer one, this is our single-ply primer. So if you're doing EPDM, TPO, Hypalon, or any of the other single-ply membranes, this is our primer to gain adhesion with the acrylic system. You can use it again with our urethane system, but really this is a product that we're going to determine the need for with an adhesion test. So you may have good enough adhesion or proper adhesion with the products alone, the top coats that we're going to discuss, whether it be the acrylic, the urethane, or our MS one-step. You may not need this single-ply primer. So that's where we come in. We do an adhesion test on the roof to even see the value or the need of this product. If we have proper adhesion without it, we will not use it. It's only to gain adhesion characteristics. Again, application rate, 1/3 of a gallon a square, and then a short nap roller is how we're going to apply this product. So just a picture of a guy actually priming the seams for fabric-based butyl tape. This is one of our systems. If you're seeing the tape on the back side, this is a very, very important part to our roof restoration systems for those opened seam roofs. We would apply fabric-based butyl tape over the top of those seams. That's a product we also make, the fabric-based butyl tape. We would apply coating over the top of that fabric-based butyl tape to strengthen those weak points, and then we would coat the entire system. The fabric-based butyl tape, we would use the primer one over the area we're going to use that tape, and then we'd also prime the rest of the roof if needed. Benefits and downfalls, we're going to kind of go over the three different finish coat systems. So we'll go over the acrylic system, then the urethane system, and then we'll talk about that MS1 step, that modified silane product. Acrylic limitations and benefits. It's sensitive to moisture until cured. So as many of you guys know on the contractor side, you may have went out and you applied an acrylic coating on a roof, and 7 minutes later it rained and you had a little bit of trouble. That's going to happen with acrylic coatings all the way across the board just because of how they're manufactured. They're a water-based product, so you want to make sure when applying an acrylic top coat, you've got a good weather day that you're going to be able to apply that, get proper cure time before it's washed off. Real key to this as well, when we talked about that HER product, this is one of the benefits of having a polyurethane seam sealer. If you're doing a acrylic coating restoration system with our ERSystems line, you'd be able to go out and do all of your seam sealing on those days where you might have rain coming in. Because it's a moisture cure polyurethane, you can work right up until the time of rain, where most of our competitive brands actually have an acrylic-based seam sealer fabric and an acrylic-based seam sealer. So you're waiting the cure times of all of those seam sealings. So if you have a day like, I'm actually in Minnesota facility today, if you have a day like today where it's a little bit overcast, you're unsure if it's going to rain, you wouldn't be able to do any of those acrylic seam sealers today, where you'd be able to do that with our HER product. You'd be able to take care of all of the waterproofing and then have a good weather day to do your acrylic application. It's also most roofing products or roof coating products are sensitive to temperature. You want a 40-degree and rising temperature out there. A couple different things with that. We recommend 40 degrees and rising for the product's ability, and then also when you look at the roof substrate, if you're again, if you're with us in the south, I apologize, but frost is something we get in the northern parts of the country. So those of you on in the north, you do have some frost. Those of you guys in Puerto Rico and Texas and Florida, frost is actually a little bit of freezing that you guys don't get very often, but if that's set in on the roof, your products are going to have poor performance, so you want to make sure that you have 40 degrees and rising, so the frost is out of the substrate as well, so you don't pull that moisture from underneath and cure out from the bottom side as well. So 40 degrees and rising for all of that. Acrylic coatings, the ERSystems brand of acrylic coatings have very good performance, good weatherability, and good reflectance. So you get really good performance long term as long as you work within those windows on the front side. So very good performance as long as you follow the good roofing practices. You're taking care of the cleaning and preparation of the roof on the front side, and then applying them in the right weather conditions. These are your modest priced products, so this is going to get you on a lot of those roofing systems and show really big differences between tear-off, overlays, and different systems like that. And then it's really your best balance of all those different factors. So it's going to give you really good performance, really good reflectance and emittance, and then also on that price, you'll be able to put a very low-cost system in place that's good for the building owner. Polyurethane coatings, again, some of those benefits. These products have superior adhesion, so they have great elongation, tensile strength, chemical resistance, as we talked about, and then they are moisture cured. So these are products, again, if you're applying in the times of the year, we see a lot of this, even where acrylic coatings may perform very well. Some guys will switch to a polyurethane because it's the spring and they don't know if it's going to rain this afternoon or not, so they can work right up until those times and not limit themselves. You guys down in Puerto Rico and Florida, you're seeing a lot of the polyurethane performance in application just because of the weather. You guys have 2 o'clock rain every day. It's 4,000 degrees and then it rains in the afternoon, so you depend on those products being able to perform and to be able to apply them on each of those different days. Some of you guys that are in the Southwest in the monsoon season, these are products that you can work right up until the time of rain, and it gives you a little bit more of a working window. And then, again, because of that superior adhesion, once these products are cured on a roof, they're extremely difficult to remove. So, and that works with everything else that you put it on. So yourself or any of the other things that you put it on, once cured out, it's really difficult to remove. You want to run separate hoses than your water-based coatings. So if you're a roofing contractor and you get involved in some acrylic application, some polyurethane applications, you may want to set yourself up 2 separate pumps, but for sure separate hoses. If you have water-based products and you run a urethane through, because they're moisture cured, you're going to start that curing process in the hose. So you're going to end up with a big snot product, or you're going to end up with a solid hose that you can't use. So you want to make sure that you have 2 separate sets of hoses, one for your urethane application, one for your acrylic application. Again, they're solvent-based. They meet all of the VOC requirements, but you will want to, if you're using them in those low air areas, follow the inhalation and ingestion precautions. Ingestion precautions, you don't want to eat these. That's the best way to solve that problem. Just don't eat them. Don't drink them. MS one-step. This is our modified silane coating system. This is a true one-step application. So the other products that we were talking about and everything else that's in the industry, you've got a base coat and a top coat, sometimes a primer, base coat and top coat. Sometimes in some of our competitive situations, they'll have a base coat, a fabric overlay, a base coat, 2 top coats. So you've got 4 labor steps involved in that. This is the product that truly separates what we're doing today and what the future of roof coatings will look like. Modified silane roof coatings is kind of a hybrid blend between the characteristics of a silicone and the characteristics of a urethane. So it gives you the benefits of both without any of the downfalls of either. So gives you that low VOC. So if you're working in a school system today, anywhere in the country, and they want to start these applications, if it was bid out with a urethane system, any of them or spec'd that way, on the bid it'll say start work day after school lets out. So now your working window really shortens. This is a product, because of that low VOC and very, very low odor, you'll be able to go out and start that process today. You don't have to worry about all of those different applications. So your working window just got expanded. The Detroit school system is actually speccing this product for that reason. They can actually go out and start application when weather lets out this spring, versus going out and only having that couple months where schools let out to do all of their roof work. Very, very good adhesion. Again, this is one of those products that has, you know, unbelievable chemical resistance, unbelievable adhesion. So 90% of the time you're not having to do any kind of primer or any of that to get to the different roofing substrates. Again, we will check adhesion on all of those products or all of those different substrates, just to make sure that this is going to give you the best performance roof long term. And then again, this is a moisture cured, so high temp, high heat, it's going to cure it out a little bit faster. And again, this is a one-step product, so you're going to put it in place, one application, and get off the roof. Again, same as we talked about with the urethane, same benefits. Once this is cured, it's extremely difficult to remove from any surface. Because it's a moisture cure, again, we're going to separate the hoses from water-based products, and then it is more resistant to water ponding as well. I say that, but I'm going to also tell you, when we talk about water ponding on a roof, we want to get, as ITW Polymers and Sealants North America, all of our roof coating systems, we're going to tell you, get the water off of the roof. We're not going to come in and float animals around and tell you that this is a great water ponding. The Roofing Association tells us the best application is to get the water off the roof. So that's what we're going to tell you as well. Use products like Quick-It Pourable Sealer to get the water off the roof. Pop a drain where needed. Re-slope if needed. But the key to long-term performance is getting the water off of the roof. All right. Again, MS one-step application. This is the newest technology, and the ITW Polymers and Sealants North America is the only product out on the market that has this one coat application with this technology. So if you need this, this is something that we provide. It's an extremely high solids product as well. So you're actually going to use more or less gallons per square and end with more product on the roof. So 97% solids. So what you put on the roof is what's going to stay on the roof, and that's truly where we're getting that one coat application. Looking at products, I'm going to go through some applied costs for you, just so you can kind of figure in on your roofing systems and where the acrylic, urethane, and MS one-step kind of fit into that. I love kind of referring to this. If you're looking at a pail of MS one-step on the shelf, you're going to have a little bit of a sticker shock. You're going to walk in and you're going to say, "Wow, I can buy XYZ or even our acrylic over here for this much money per pail, and this one is 2 to 3 times the pail price. Holy moly, I can't afford that." Well, if you look at the application, because you're saving all of the labor, looking at the application steps, that's truly, in most cases, one of our lowest cost systems. Even though the pail price is a little bit higher, the material is more cost to produce, and the raw materials in that modified silane are very expensive. It's going to give you the best performing roof at one of the lowest costs. And this cost is just labor and material costs. You also have to start thinking about, if you're on a roofing system that needs 3-coat application or 4-coat application, you have the labor expense of that, but your guys are also on that roof for the 3 to 4-coat application, where with the MS one-step, tomorrow they're making money on a different roof for you. So you can actually stack jobs a little bit better. You can make yourself a little bit more money on those jobs, and you're providing a roofing system that is far superior to anything that you've seen on the market. So you're getting the performance, you're getting the ability to cut your labor costs, and you contractors you understand every time a guy walks across the roof, the liability of that roofing contractor going back and forth on the roof under your insurance policy, that's one more chance of something happening. So if you can take him off of that roof and put him on another one, that job, you limit your liability with that contractor as well. So that kind of gives you a little bit of insight on where this product is heading and why we feel so good about it for the future of what you guys are doing. Single ply application, simple cut and dry. If you're using the AirGuard line of products, the acrylic-based system, so AirGuard 1000, our application rate is going to be that 2 gallons per square. Primer 1 at 1/3 of a gallon a square. Your cost as a contractor, this is a ballpark cost again. So you're looking at 54 cents a foot for the acrylic, 13 cents a foot for the primer, to a total of around 67. So, call it 70 cents a foot, somewhere in that ballpark. Labor, again, you guys as contractors, your labor is all over the board. Kind of an average that we see is anywhere from that 12 to 18 cents a foot per pass. So I averaged it to 15 cents here, just so you get that kind of feel to it. I know some of you guys may have lower overhead and your labor costs may be a little bit less, so you're a little bit lower, and some of you guys may be all the way up into that 20 cents a foot per pass as well. But looking at that job, if you're taking 3 passes, 1 for the primer, 2 for the acrylic system, you're at 45 cents a foot for the labor, and bringing your total to that $1.12 range. Finished product, you're left with 17 to 18 mils on the roof. So that kind of gives you, it's a 50% solid product, 54% solid product. After the evaporation of the product and the curing, you're left with 17 to 18 dry mils on the roof. Urethane system, same application steps. So you're looking at the 2 application steps for the base and the top coat, 1 for the primer. So your labor is going to be the same. Your material price is going to be a little bit higher. So you're at $1.14 per foot for the material. Ballpark again, that could be anywhere from that $1.05 range to $1.20 range, somewhere in there, but that gives you a good ballpark depending upon where you are in the country. Again, labor at that 15 cents, 3 application passes, you're around that $1.60 a foot labor and material. And this is before your overhead and however you guys want to take care of jobs, but this is just going to give you the raw meat and bones of that. This material is a little bit higher in the solid concentration, so you're left with 25 to 26 dry mils on the roof. So you're looking at total cost, and again in that $1.60 range, a little bit more mills on the roof. So if you're going, cost per mill, you're left with more, so you're actually a better performing system, and that's one way you can sell the urethane against different acrylics on the market, and make that make sense. The MS one step, again, this is a truly unique product, so we're going to come out and we're going to apply one step of 1.5 gallons per square. Again, material price, so when you're looking at the material price, $1.06 per square, or $106 per square, $1.06 per square foot. So now looking at that, total material cost of $1.06 per square foot, one labor pass at 15 cents, you're down to that $1.21-ish range for a total applied system with 23 to 24 mills. So you're using less material than both of the other systems in gallons per square. So that brings that pail price down a little bit when you have to apply less of it on the roof. But really where you're making your money here is that labor savings. You've got one labor pass. So right there you're knocking 30 cents off for our applications. Now, if you're using competitive products where they're also embedding, 3 to 4 coats, they're embedding fabric, which is another labor step. You're adding all of that stuff together. So that labor, it's at least 2 passes you're saving, could be up to 5, depending upon which competitor you're pairing this up against. So really, labor-wise, you're getting on the roof, you're performing what you need to do, and you're getting off. All right. Again, asphalt restoration, same steps. I'm not going to go through these, right down the line with it, but you kind of see the picture. Asphalt restoration, we apply around 2 gallons a square, so that increases your cost a little bit. Your acrylic systems increase in gallons per square. Your urethane systems a little bit as well. So you're left with a little bit more material on the roof mill-wise for all 3 systems, and then you're looking at your total applied cost somewhere around that $1.56 a foot range with the MS1 step, $2 roughly with the urethane, around $1.25 to $1.30 with the acrylic system. So again, you're looking at it. Not only are you putting a great system on, but you're also getting your labor on another roof to make you more money. So you're getting off the roof quicker onto other things. Foam roofing systems, if you're doing foam systems, this is a product, again, that you're going to see some savings with, going over 4 gallons a square for the acrylic, 3 for the urethane systems, roughly, and then 2 gallons per square with that MS1 step product. So $1.53 roughly with the acrylic system per foot, $1.97 with the urethane system, $1.56 with the MS1 step. So you're looking at total applied product on a roof, 1 coat application, and then you're off of the roof. Foam restoration, a lot of you contractors out there that are on today, you don't do foam, but you get to a lot of foam repair roofs, or you may have a roof that was coated with a silicone in the past, and common practice has told us that someone put a silicone on that roof 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and you have some hail hits on it, you're probably going to be scarfing the roof or removing a lot of that top layer because most silicones don't allow anything to stick to it because of the oils that lurch out from silicone, and then their dirt pickup is so heavy that it's hard to get anything to stick to them anyway. This is a product that you can clean that roof and go right over the top of that old foam, so you'd repair any of those damaged areas or sun-exposed areas with either foam. You can also use our Quick-It Pourable Sealer to fill in those areas, and then you would use that MS1 step 1 coat application over the top of that, and we get superior adhesion to things, even including silicone. All right. Another key product a lot of you guys out there come across is Kynar-based metals or companies that are maybe purchased by another company, and now they're changing their awnings, so they're coming through and they're tearing off perfectly good Kynar-based metal to put up a new color Kynar-based metal that matches their new corporation's feel and look. This is a product where we can actually go out and apply right to Kynar-based metal. It is a fluoropolymer. It has a Kynar-based resin in it as a part of the makeup. So this product will give you superior color. You can go out there and match different colors within the rainbow spectrum of colors. You can restore old Kynar-based metal. You can change colors for corporations that are looking to do that. It is an elastomeric product, so it does have the expanding and contracting capabilities. So when you're thinking roofing, that's exactly what you're going to need on there versus a paint product. You want an elastomeric that's going to give you that expansion and contraction, and then it works within our systems too. So you can use the HER product with this system to stop any of those leak areas, and then to get that superior color. Also can be used in just the white because of the launderability of the Kynar-based resins. This will give you a product that's going to perform long-term for dirt pickup and color resistance as well. So if you're looking at a facility that they want a cool white roof, but it's in a high traffic area, maybe you have an overpass where highway is coming over and people see it on a pretty regular basis, the white may be the way to do it. Build up your mills with our regular acrylic system. Use that Reflected Clean top coat to give you that superior weatherability and launderability, and then you'll have a higher performing roof. Also can be used for logoing. So if you're looking at rooftop logoing, you'll see a lot if you're flying into different airports. People are now starting to market or billboard on the top of their roofs. This is a product that's very, very good for that and very unique for it. As you fly into different airports, you may see different brands out there that, bullseye on the top of the roof, something like that. That's these type of products that you're seeing, and that's the Reflected Clean brand specifically that you'll see on the roof. All right, adhesion tests. We talked about adhesion tests a little bit, but the key to proper performance long-term is making sure that you stick up front. So making sure you clean the roof properly, and then you test the products on to see what is your best performance. If you're looking at these two, you're seeing one product that as they pulled the rip cord on, and just kind of looking at this in general, different applications, trying a couple different multitudes of products. This actually has our AeroGuard with a primer, our Aerethane with a primer, so our acrylic-based system, our urethane-based system. When we're out on an adhesion test, we're going to try a couple different chemistries to decide what the best performing system for that roof is, try them with and without a primer, and then as we do the pull strip, we'll be able to tell which one performs better in different circumstances. So as we pull them, we'll see either an adhesive failure, meaning that it does not stick and it pulls up, or a cohesive failure, meaning the product itself actually separates in the middle, and that's what we're looking for. If you look at this picture, both of them actually are performing well. The one on the right-hand side performed a little bit better, or a lot better actually, where you're seeing real good adhesion to that roof. That's what we're looking for. So we do that on all the different roofing surfaces just to make sure that you're going to be left, and as a contractor, you're selling the best system for that building owner for long-term care. All right, metal roof restoration. Again, we'll kind of go through these things relatively quickly. If you guys have questions, again, go to that question and answer portion. Just want to lay it out to you just to look at these systems so you can kind of see what the steps would be, what products would be needed. So all of our roofing practices, as we're going systems approach, all start with step number one: power wash the entire roof, remove foreign materials. This is the most important step all the way down the line. Almost as important as product choice is the preparation. You can have the best products in the world. If this step is missed, those best products are going to fail. This is really the key to best adhesion, is to getting the roof clean of all debris so that you'll have long performing systems. Replace any defective metal. So if you've got holes or you're going to remove skylights, do that, repair with metal, and then kind of build up that system from there. Tighten all loose fasteners or replace with oversized fasteners as needed. If they're stripped out, put in the larger size fasteners, the Fat Max or something like that. That's going to give you better hold down capabilities. So the key to that is an oversized fastener. Prime all those rusty areas with that AirGuard 2000 if you're going the acrylic, or primer surfacer if you're going on the urethane side. This step is only needed if there's rust present within the panel or the system. If the roof does not have rust, you would not need to prime. It doesn't gain you any adhesion. It's only a rust inhibitor or a rust encapsulator on the primer surfacer side. So the key to this, only take care of the rusty areas as needed. If you have small areas of rust, you're going to spot prime those areas. If you have no rust, this step can be skipped. Restore positive water flow with Quicket Pourable Sealer. Again, this is a product, taking back all of those areas, reflowing water out from behind, the stacks on the roof or the HVAC units that have been placed there that are now holding water. This product is going to help you to reflow all of that off of the roof. And if we back up a step also, when tightening those loose fasteners and replacing as needed, if you've got some open seams in those areas, you can take that permethane SM71 and fill those in before retightening down those panels, and that's going to ensure that you get real good coverage with that HER. HER does not bridge gaps very well, so if you have a big space that's open, you want to, shrink that down with screws, and you can fill that area in with that SM7108. That's a part of our roof restoration systems for both the acrylic and the urethane. So reflow the water off the roof with Quicket, and then you're going to seal all the seams, fasteners, and penetrations with HER. Again, the brush grade product we talked about at the beginning, the workhorse of the ERSystems brand. And then you're going to apply finish coating, either the AirGuard 1000 SW on the ERSystems acrylic side, and then the ERSystems urethane side would be that Urethane 300 in 2 passes. Just showing spray application, you've got a guy back there showing real good technique and holding a hose. He takes his job very serious. Guys out there spraying, so you've got one guy kind of spotting to make sure the guy doesn't fall off the roof, and that's one of the safety practices. But you see a guy spray coating application, running the panels as you see too. First coat application, running this direction, and then coming back, your second coat, hitting the other side of the panel, just so you make sure you get real good coverage on both sides of your panel. That's what we would recommend for your first, second coat application. Single ply restoration, just an aerial view midstream, as you see base coat and different things on this roof. This is an application, an aerial view of a school system in Pennsylvania that's using a urethane system, but you can see they've got the seams stripped in and coated on part of that roof, and you can see them actually working their way that direction across the roof. Guidelines for single ply restoration. Again, step number 1, same in every system that we apply. Power wash the entire roof, remove foreign material, replace defective membranes. So if you've got areas of material, areas of wet, all of that comes out and gets replaced with like materials. Probe and patch with fabric-faced butyl tape. So if you've got areas that need to be taken care of, any of those open seams. If it's a welded seam system, we're only going to use the fabric-faced butyl tape as needed for openness. When you probe your seams, we'll take care of those. Prime the entire roof with primer 1, depending on an adhesion test. So if you don't need it, we're going to skip that step. If primer 1's needed for adhesion, we're going to use primer 1. Apply your base and finish coat. So if it's the acrylic lines, you're going to use the 1000 or the SW again, 2 coats. And if it's the urethane system, we're going to use that 300, 2 coats as well. Here's where we change a little bit. If you do the fabric-faced butyl tape, MS1 step, 1 coat application of the MS1 step. So you would skip the primer step if needed. You would skip the 2 coat application, and you would have the 1 step right after fabric-faced butyl tape. All right, here's a guy actually coating some fabric-faced butyl tape. Again, if you want to work a little bit less back intensive, if you put that on a broom handle or on a screw-in handle, you'd be able to stand upright and coat that without having to bend over like that, which I would recommend. And then roller application, if you're coating the entire roof area, there are other ways than using that small 8-inch roller as well. If you fill a wheelbarrow or a dolly with the coating, pouring it into place, you can go to an 18-inch roller and hit a lot more roof surface with one shot. This is a good-sized roller for the fabric-faced butyl tape, but as you expand into a larger roof system, you may want to look at that. So here's an actual picture of that where they're using an 18-inch roller. They've got a trough that they've poured their coating in. They've actually lined that with plastic so they can work out of that instead of working out of a pail that you can only get a 9-inch roller or an 8-inch roller into. This gives you the ability to go into a larger roller and cover a lot more roof surface at one time. That's single ply restoration. Asphalt restoration, again, looking at different types of asphalt systems. We're going to follow all of those same steps as well. So power wash the entire roof system, remove foreign materials. Sorry about that. Remove foreign materials, repair with like materials. So again, we're going to patch and repair with like materials with asphalt-based products. We can also use HER over the seams, fasteners, penetrations. We can use, our 1000 flashing grade product as well. So it's an acrylic-based product that we can use to flash in around all of those penetrations. Works really good with the asphaltic-based products. Acrylic system, we would apply ERSystems, as you remember from the primer segment. That ERSystems is an encapsulator, so it keeps the oils in the sheet and helps us to make sure that we don't have bleed through the coating. The urethane system would be the Urethane 300 and 2 coats, or the acrylic system would be that ERSystems and 2 top coats of the AirGuard 1000 or AirGuard SW. Again, MS1 step, right after your probing and patching and repairing, it would be 1 coat of MS1 step. So again, labor savings, you're going into 1 coat application with MS1 step. I know that's a lot of information, so we have a great website as well if you need information. All of our sales staff for the ITW Polymers and Sealants North America Roofing Group can be found through the website right now at ERSystems.com. So if you have questions for your technical salesperson, we have a great sales team here as well, our sales and technical support within the ITW Polymers and Sealants Group. You can call 800-403-7747. We'll answer any of those questions for you. And they'll gear you to the person that covers your region as well. I can't thank you enough for your support of us and joining us on this call from all over the country. Some of you guys out of the country are way late at night. Some of you guys started this thing at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning as well. We really thank you for taking the time to meet with us. We will send out a survey as well. These programs are made for you. So if there's something we can do to better this presentation for you, or things you would need us to cover in future presentations, please get it to us on these surveys so we can better this program for you. Again, any calculations or any information that you need, ERSystems.com. We can get you rooftop calculators so you can decide what amounts of material you need for the job. All of our data sheets, MSDS sheets, and guidelines are on there as well. So if you have questions, gallons per square, or any of those sort of things, it's all listed in there as well. And anytime you need us, call 800-403-7747. And then as a part of the ITW Polymers Sealants North America group, working on a website there that would link you to other ITW Polymers and Sealant products and services as well. So this is just 2 of those brands within the realm of ITW Polymers and Sealants, the ERSystems brand and that Permethane brand. So we hope to bring you more information from other brands as well. And then anything that you need geared towards the roofing group, please contact us at 800-403-7747. Can't thank you enough for your time, and we'll see you at the next webinar.
Thank you. Bert Maldonado
is now exiting.
Eric
is now exiting.
Ryan
is now exiting.
Smiley, Ontario
is now exiting.
Bob
is now exiting.
Lee Roxborough
is now exiting.
Ed Medina
is now exiting.
Smalley and Company
is now exiting.
Grace Lynn
is now exiting.
Candace
is now exiting.
Andy Burnell
is now exiting.
Yes.
Is now exiting.
Ed Smart
Is now exiting.
Kevin Kelly
Is now exiting.